So the cherries arrive on the farm around 5 p.m. They spend about 12 to 14 hours in rest waiting for the next morning. Around 6 or 7 in the morning, we start processing. So all of the cherries get put into this receiving bin, and with water they move through the facility, get floated, and then go down to these vertical pulpers. So then pulped coffee is taken down these long canals into the fermentation tanks with water. The fermentation tanks fill up with pulped coffee, and then we also add water back to have a completely submerged fermentation for the yeast. We make sure we mix that big mass and then rehydrate the yeast. Every batch starts fresh with new yeast, and that takes about 20 minutes. We pitch the yeast into our pulped coffee that is submerged, and then we use the punch down device to make sure that we have good contact with all of the yeast on top and underneath. Within a couple of hours, usually about 6 to 8 hours, you'll start to see this level of bubbling, and then about 12 hours later, you'll see all of that trapped CO2 kind of come to the surface when you push it. So this is a very active fermentation. You can see all the foam and all the bubbles. Then after about 36 to 40 hours, we're testing the coffee to see that it is clean, free of mucilage, and then more water is used to wash the remaining kind of residue off and then take it down to the canals. So once again, we're moving into these small channels with water down to the drying patio. They get collected into carts, and then these carts get dumped out onto the surface of a concrete patio. We use temperature guns to make sure that the temperature isn't getting up too high and the coffee's not drying too fast. And if it is, we start mixing and to make sure that we get even coverage. And if it starts to get too hot, even after mixing, we'll take out the shade and be able to protect the coffee from the heat of the sun and the heat of the hottest part of the day. After about 10 to 12 days, the coffee should be about dry, and that's when we take it off of the patio and do our quality control. So we have to mill it and then roast the coffee. We roast with a Nikawa in our cupping lab, and then do quality control. So we're, during harvest, tasting this coffee every single day to see how each of the lots are coming in, and then also throughout the rest of the year, we're tasting this coffee to see how it's holding up over time, to see how it's aging, and that's it.